The last chapter of Dragon Ball Kakumei left many of us shocked as Gohan opted to take on Jiren upon completing his mission for the Pride Troopers. Gohan's recent experiences, especially those around the time of the Tournament of Power, have led him on a path to the Pride Troopers as he explained his intrigue with their Supreme Kai, K. Gohan would look to properly and fully unlock his potential with the help of their Kai, but the training he's done up until this moment, even with the Pride Troopers, has made him hungry to test his strength. The person he deemed worthy and the one whom he sets his sights on catching up to, after seeing his father's struggles with him, was of course Jiren. Even with all of his training, however, I don't think Gohan was fully prepared for the might of someone like Jiren, as we witnessed one of the most brutal beatings we've seen in a while, as Jiren showed no mercy, kind of purely out of respect for the son of Goku. He would even completely ignore one of Gohan's most powerful attacks and land an uppercut that damn near decapitates the young father. No matter how many times Jiren would knock him down though, Gohan would keep getting back up. And this will remind Jiren of his many sparring matches with his master Gishin. Back in the present day, Gohan continues to struggle to his feet every time, which prompts Jiren to ask him, why? Why do you keep getting up? Because I can still do it, Gohan roars, but this doesn't seem to be the answer that Jiren was looking for, causing him to send Gohan spiraling with another vicious blow. By the end of their battle though, Gohan had indeed learned something, and although Jiren's full power, the end form, proved as mighty as it was intimidating, Gohan never wavered. 2 years is all the multiverse has left to prepare for the imminent invasion of the revived angels, and for mortals, this may be nowhere near enough time to prepare for beings who are millions of years old. If you guys are enjoying Dragon Ball Kakumei and all of the other anime content on the channel, be sure to leave a like down below, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well to never miss an upload as soon as they go live. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and whenever we go live on Twitch next week. But without further ado, chapter 14 of Dragon Ball Kakumei begins. Return to the galactic pillage by God of Destruction Amaran, Salaga, and Dula. As we saw previously, they continue to eliminate aggressive resistance as they make their way through the multiverse to the Grand Priest's palace. Amaran's chain attack, however, proves to be fatal to the old warrior he's battling in Universe 10, as he quickly takes him out with a single flurry of attacks. It seems there is more to this battle, however, as Amaran tells Dula to break this silly illusion they're in. Oh, I see, Dula says as he follows orders and the spell begins to disappear, revealing a ship around them. Behind a pillar, a young woman who seems to be the captain of this ship is hiding, and this dude Amaran just apparently does not care. Hands rated E for everyone, I guess, when it comes to him. Looks like they use magic here too and tried to trap us in a spaceship with an illusion, Salaga explains. Let's get back on the road, Amaran says as they take their leave. They continue their travels through Universe 10 as Salaga mentions that it seems these beings knew they were coming and were already taking the lead. We should expect the same in Universe 6, he finishes, indicating that this seems to be their next stop. Hundreds of millennia have passed since we were wiped out, so don't imagine that Universe 6 is at the same stage as it was then. Do not let your guard down, Amaran commands. This is when they finally arrive at the portal to the next universe. The final stretch before reaching the Grand Priest's palace, as Dula comments. Over on planet Sadala, we can see Kaba and Caulifla sparring together in their Super Saiyan 2 forms, with Vegeta barking at his pupil to wisen up. The battle between these two Universe 6 Saiyans is as intense as we would expect it to be, with Kaba even showing a little bit of finesse here, swinging a ki blast around Caulifla and using it to create an opening to land a devastating blow. Kaba is showing amazing progress in my opinion, and it feels like his determination to live up to Vegeta and the King's expectations drive him to never give up. With his mentor in his corner cheering him on, Kaba would land another crushing kick on Caulifla, splitting the ground beneath them and creating a devastating wheel-like ki attack that heads straight for her. With no time to think or dodge, Caulifla pulls a Goku and just kind of headbutts Kaba's attack, attempting to slow it down some. She charges a massive load of ki in both of her hands and is finally able to get a grip on the attack, but Cabba's surprises don't stop there. His attack causes a massive explosion, knocking her out, as Cabba boasts about finally beating her, as we take a look at the score of 1-18 in the back now. He also comments about creating that last technique we just witnessed, dubbing it his own signature move. Caulifla finally gets back to her feet after being toasted by that attack, honestly, and even she has to give it up to Cabba. That was one hell of an attack, she tells him with a huge smile and thumbs up. Come on, you've all made excellent progress in your individual training. Now, it's time to take it to the next level, Vegeta tells them. Next level? What do you mean by that? Cabba asks. But at this very moment, something strikes Vegeta to his core and puts him on the highest of alerts. He immediately looks up to the sky towards the monstrous ki coming their way, with Amaran, Salaga, and Dula taking notice of his ki as well. Vegeta immediately moves into action and heads to confront the threat, deeming this ki equivalent to that of a god of destruction. All of a sudden, he stops in his tracks as there is a guarantee that they felt his ki by now as well, so he turns around and warns Cabba. On board Amaran's cube, Salaga confirms that Amaran's estimation of Universe 6 being home to abnormally strong warriors seems to be true, as a number of massive energies are down on the planet in front of them. Let's go to the other side, Amaran says, as they slightly change course. Cabba, Vegeta screams, go immediately and warn King Sadala to shelter all civilians, then bring him back here ASAP. Cabba begins to ask questions, but Vegeta commands him to not argue and do what he says immediately. Cabba takes off, and then Vegeta turns to Broly, warning him to prepare for whatever is headed their way. The same goes for you, he says to Kel and Caulifla. Follow me. Cabba enters the palace at full speed, bolting towards the king's quarters, and urges the guards that he needs to speak to King Sadala immediately. Come on, what's going on, Captain Cabba? King Sadala says as he slowly steps out of his room. I have no idea what's going on, Cabba begins, but Mr. Vegeta sent me to tell you that you must order the special forces to announce an immediate curfew and that you must join the training camp as soon as possible. Please, he finishes with a bow. King Sadala puts a comforting hand on Cabba's shoulder, calming him down and thanking him for his service and loyalty. Well, you heard that, the king says to the guards as they hop into action as well. Let's go. Outside and all over planet Sadala, the special forces are sent out, and on simultaneous command, we see them using their ki to project what looks to be a barrier around planet Sadala to try to keep this unwanted visitor out. This war started much earlier than expected, didn't it? King Sadala says as he, Cabba, and the guards arrive at the training camp. Well, I've clearly no idea if this is the war that's starting or not, Vegeta replies, but in any case, these guys didn't come to greet us politely. Go and join the others and motivate them by helping them, he says to the king. I trust you. It's at this moment, however, that their unwanted visitors are within sight of them and vice versa. Oh, Dula comments. Seems like they're waiting for us once again. What an honor. A magic barrier, Salaga questions after he sees the force field, and Dula says he'll take care of it. Amaran, however, tells them that he won't get anywhere with his magic because it's a ki barrier, so he'll take care of it himself. Amaran would exit the cube and unleash a devastating blast upon the planet that single-handedly wears down on the Special Forces shield. King Sadala himself is here with his men, however, and encourages them to not give up and maintain their positions. Maybe I should go join them, Broly asks, but Vegeta tells him to stay near because he's gonna need him. It's best not to take any chances with these guys. These guys are way more interesting than those of previous universes, right Salaga? Dula says as they look on amused at the fight the Saiyans are putting up. Certainly, Salaga replies, but they nevertheless face an apparent limit. Their plan is counterproductive. As they see Vegeta, however, Salaga says that this one knows what kind of opponent he's facing already, and should rather worry about what's coming next. This is when Amaran, as Vegeta expected, will release the energy of destruction upon the Saiyans, declaring a devastating Hakai that would simply erase their attempts at protection. That's exactly what I thought, Vegeta says through gritted teeth, wary of this being a vengeful god of destruction. The Saiyans are still doing their best to keep the barrier up as much as possible, but the entrance made by Amaran is more than large enough for them to enter onto the planet. With a thunderous landing, the god of destruction of Universe 14 arrives on planet Sadala before Vegeta, Broly, and the king. As the smoke clears, Vegeta goes to greet their new guests who've made quite an impression on planet Sadala thus far. This next panel shows us all we need to know, as even the admirals are here to back up Vegeta and Broly against a threat that may very well take everything they all have against the god of destruction. To what do we owe your divine coming? Vegeta asks. Amaran completely ignores him, however, just taking note that he is incredibly strong. You're not from here, he goes on, and you've been trained by an angel. Whis, he says. This shocks Vegeta to his core, as how would this guy know that? Who are you, he asks. Amaran continues, saying that Vegeta has undergone angelic training, but his power doesn't seem like it. Oh, I see, he continues. You can change your power level. He completely ignores you, Broly comments, which of course we can all kind of see that by now. This is just some weird analysis at this point. You're a Saiyan, like the majority of the inhabitants of this planet. Your average power is relatively correct, which is rare. Vegeta is definitely beginning to get agitated though and threatens the god of destruction. Now, don't say things you might regret, Vegeta, he finishes, and this is when the battle would finally begin as Amaran draws his chain, wrapping it around one of Vegeta's ankles and swinging him. He snatches Vegeta towards himself and catches him with a crushing gut punch. This sends Vegeta soaring into the sky with Amaran hot on his trail again. Broly tries to go and help Vegeta, but he's cut off by Salaga and Dula, who don't let him go a step further. As soon as they pose a threat to him, Broly begins to power up immediately, releasing ungodly amounts of ki. Amaran flies at Vegeta in the sky for a follow-up attack, but Vegeta has just enough time to transform into Super Saiyan Blue and is able to grab Amaran's arm and send him back towards the ground. Vegeta launches a barrage of ki blasts down at Amaran, but he easily deflects them all with his sickle, which Vegeta does take note of. He tries to pull up on the god of destruction for a more close-range fight, but Vegeta is almost stopped in his tracks by the almost illusionary speed of Amaran. He's able to block all attacks from all angles, and eventually Vegeta angrily grabs a hold of Amaran's mask. This is the last time I'm gonna ask you, he roars. It is at this moment that Broly is also releasing a devastating blow as well. But Dula's magic is gonna strike once more as we see him snap his finger, and then somewhat of a portal will appear at Broly's target. Who the hell are you? Vegeta roars as he prepares to rip off Amaran's mask, but it will be at this moment that Broly's punch would enter the portal and exit, you guessed it, right across Vegeta's face thanks to Dula's trickery. So Amaran and his gang just kind of showed up like the BoJack squad and is unsurprisingly wrecking everyone here. Vegeta and Broly are definitely gonna need everyone's help, as I don't think these two will be enough for a god of destruction, but with so much content in this one chapter, I'm probably gonna have to drop another video tomorrow going over some much finer details here, because there was a lot here. If you guys did enjoy chapter 14 of Dragon Ball Kakumei, however, definitely be sure to go and follow all of the creators. Their links will be down below in the comments and the description as always. And before we get out of here, guys, let me know your opinion on creating a new Discord server just for us to hang out in, because when I'm not making videos, I usually am in Discord with the homies anyway. So if that's something you guys are interested in, definitely let me know down below in the comments, and that will be one of our goals for December. Don't forget to drop a like and follow me on all my social medias, including Twitch. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.